Hello, my name's David Lee. Let me ask you this question. Can anyone become a small business entrepreneur? What do you think? I'll give you my thoughts right now. I believe, yes, it's possible, and the reality is, no, it doesn't happen. Why is that? In today's technological age, it's easier than ever before to communicate and access, especially over the internet, people from all over the world, and yet people struggle. What's the difference? What's happening? Is it something that's going on up here that's the reason, that's always been the reason? Let's take a look. I believe, yes, you can, if you are a realist. Most people just are in the shadow. They go to and from their work, go about their business, but to run your own small business, you have to step out of the shadows. You have to be seen and heard and understood. And yes, we need inspiration to get started, to motivate us. But that inspiration has also got to fuel the skills that we need along the way, the skills that we quite often have to develop where we don't have them to start off with. We have to develop skills that go beyond just the product or service that you know. Running a business encapsulates everything else, especially if you're on a limited budget. Now, this is what I see. The trap too many times is that people get started out, but they're running almost exclusively on inspiration. It's just a dream. It's a fantasy. There's no reality. There's no tangible skills in place to really keep them going, to get them up in the morning when things aren't going right, to be able to get the job done. It's not easy running your own small business. You are accountable to yourself at the end of the day, but also you could have staff that you are accountable to them, to provide them the work, to be able to bring in the revenues, to be able to pay their wages. So you do need skills. It is a responsibility. So we've got to look at this. You need the skills, and are you realistic about the skills perhaps that you don't have as well as the skills that you do have, and getting yourself self-educated in many instances along the way as you progress. The second one I see, yes, you can become an entrepreneur even with little money. I alluded this at the very beginning. The internet has made it possible. You are able, like I'm doing now, to communicate with the whole world. So if you've got a business idea that you can transform into a product or service that you can deliver over the internet, so you can gather your community. You get a community of people that connect with you now via your website, via social media, that you can get people following you and finding out what it is you do, what it is you offer, and see the results through your customers and the experience they have. So never before has this been possible. And yet we are still back to the reality of, why is it so few people actually achieve the success? So many start out, but so few actually last the distance. And finally, yes, you can become an entrepreneur if you are committed. Now, again, these are the things that I see. When I started out, I had no choice. It was like you'd pushed me right to the edge of the canyon. And it only needed a fingertip. That's all that was needed to push me over the edge. And emotionally, that's where you have to be. I found that if there was no turning back, it was either go over the edge or push back and start going forward in life. And you have to treat your business exactly the same way. No, it would be nice to sit back and watch the TV, go and have a picnic or family outing at the drop of a hat. We have to be very selective with our time, and when we say yes, and when do we say no? Yes, the commitment is great. Imagine that you've got your own business and you're starting out and you've got people that are relying upon you, family especially, and you just go up the pub. You just go and fishing for the day. How's that going to progress where you want to be 12 months' time, 2 years, 5 years down the track? It's really a question of how committed are you? Now, you're going to get tempted. You're going to be asked to go to a function, a birthday party, attend the church service, and then everything else that goes along with it, and suck away at your time, the hours that are precious for you to be able to do what you're doing to start out. Yes, it's great when you've got everything up and running and established to be able to enjoy the fruits of your endeavors, of what you've sacrificed to put into your business. But too often I see people dropping everything because what's more important to them? It's not their business. It's not the time commitments to allocate. It's the family outing. It's all the birthday parties. It's all these things that typically got in the way with progress. It's really the employee mindset that really prevented them from stepping out and venturing out and running their own business in the first place. Why don't people succeed? Why don't more people succeed? Because it is up here. It is what you're taking with you day to day and how you adopt and treat your business as though it's one of the most important things in your life. So my name's David Lee. That was me. That could be you. Treating your business the same way. You need dedication. If you want to get in contact with me, the details are here. Get registered on my training modules, the video modules. That's how I access more people doing things like this, and how you can be doing the same to increase your business and increase your exposure to people that would never have known you otherwise. Thank you very much.